What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to teach you today how to trade boom or crash on the 4 hour or on the 1 hour time frame. I'm not going to do the smaller time frames. I don't really like the smaller time frames, like trading a 1 minute candle, 1 minute spike, 1 minute, those type of things. Those are not worth it. The big money lies on trading on the bigger time frames and then going into the smaller time frames for your sniper entry. Okay, so guys, let's quickly go through it so you guys can get it as quickly as possible and go and look to the charts on your own and see if it works for you or not. But this is how I trade it, and this is how it works for me. So we're going to look at on the fib, on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. The fib settings is the exact same fib settings they gave us on the rivs trading view. So if you go here, you can check my settings, pause the video there, but it's exactly the same. I just removed the two TP settings. Then we're going to look for a solid break of a low or high. We're going to look at the 50%, especially on the 4 hour, and then we're going to look at the 61 and the 78 and the 50 on the 1 hour, and we're going to look at a lower time frame for an entry. So if you guys want to write that down, it might be a smart time to write that down. So for example, we're going to look for a solid break of a low or high. Here you can see a solid break of a low. That was a nice low form there, and it broke through it down there. Once it started turning around, we're going to take our fib from the high of this movement to the low of this movement. Okay, that's it. High of this movement to the low of this movement. We're going to then mark the 50% zone off with a little block. We're going to then delete it, and then we're going to go to the 1 hour to find our entry. Okay, so now we are looking for an order block or a fair value gap on the 1 hour, and as you guys can see, this green candle here will be our order block. I will then move this block towards that order block in that 50% zone. So I'm looking for an order block in that 50% zone, and here we can find our precise entry there, and even one there. So we had two entries that was possible on this zone, but we would have probably taken this one. To get a TP, I would just leave that fib in, okay, to get our TPs. Just leave that fib in for our TPs. So now we're going to go to 38 for TP1, the 23.6 for TP2, and then the bottom again for TP3. So there's our three TPs, nice according to the fib. So that's our entry. Our stop loss would be, our entry would be at the bottom of the order block. Our stop loss would be above that little high there of that wick. And as you guys know, our TPs will be moving it down like that. Perfect way to trade boom and crash. Now let's look at a 4 hour buy example. Okay, so we need a clean break over here, so let's quickly mark out a nice clean break. So there is a high. With a clean break, I mean with like proper closing of bodies and candles above or below a high or a low. So here we can see this high was broken by these candles moving up here. So now we're going to take our fib again from the bottom of the movement to the top of that movement over there, bottom to the top. We're going to mark out our 50% zone like that. We're going to then just delete that for now, but remember your TPs as I explained with the sell. So now we're going to go down to the 1 hour on this zone here. As you guys can see, it rejected the 50% perfectly, but let's go down to the 1 hour to find an order block over there. And lo and behold, guys, there is a red candle over there that you could have entered on, as I've just shown you guys. So there is the little red buy area there. So now we're going to move our longs in. Our sell would be there, TPs as explained previously, and our stop loss can be just below the order block. Just below that low over there. That low over there. So that is our trade for the buy, guys, on the 4 hour. But let's look at a 1 hour example, just for those people that like the 1 hour trades. Okay, so now we're going to go to the 1 hour. Now we're going to look again for a break above. Okay, so if you like the 1 hour, you can do the exact same thing, but just on the 1 hour. So now we're going to look. We saw this high being broken by this high, by this candle over here. So now we're going to take the low to that high and leave it over there. Okay. And now you will see how it came back again to this 50% zone over here for that entry right there. Okay, but now what I want to show you guys again, if I take this and I move it to the right hand side, you will see how it reacts again to the 61 again and the 50 again and all those things, and maybe even going hopefully to the 78 for another buy. But let's say we're just going to leave this in. Now we're going to mark off our 50% zone. We're going to mark our 61 zone. And now you can, even if you want to use the order blocks, you're more than welcome to, because there's a little order block there that you can use to buy off, and there's one there that you can use to buy off. But let's go look to like the 5 minutes to see if there's any possible entries on these lower time frames as well on these zones. And usually you can find one. Okay, I'm just going to delete this fib for more clearer image. Here you can see a few small highs being formed here and a fair value gap in there for a buy. So if you want to snipe it, go to the 5 minute and snipe it there, as you guys can see. Even if you missed that first one, you can mark off that little high there, wait for it to come back into the order block for a buy there. So you can even snipe it and make your stop loss even smaller than what it was on the 1 hour. The same with this entry that we will see over here. It broke that high over there, came back to this order block at the bottom there for your perfect buy entry at the bottom over there. So even like if you don't want to enter on the 1 hour, you can go down to the 5 minutes to get your proper entries. So guys, that is how I trade boom and crash, by going on the bigger time frames, spotting that 50, 61, 78 zones, and then going down to the smaller time frames to maybe get an even better entry if possible. But I like trading on the 1 hour for the entries, but even going down to the smaller time frames is perfect for getting those sniper entries. Guys, thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like this video. Please subscribe. It will help me so that I can make more content for you guys and help you guys with your trading. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Leave a comment if there's something that you guys want to know more about, or something that you guys see on the charts that I can add. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.